Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Touch 50. 12.
Now Wilson on first down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 81 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. First play from scrimmage all the way into the end zone. Look, the pass was good, but that run after the catch, that's what was really impressive.
And I think the big question I have is, where were the safeties? Where was the tackling? Because going into this game, they had to know that they were going to be tested. That was a part of the defense that had to stand up. And on that play, not even close.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 24. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for KC. 64 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the ground, this is Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his fourth touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Mike Spark 9. Touchdown.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson steps away to his left and avoids the contact by sliding. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Let's go. Check 59.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson eluding the pressure right, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. That's it. Standing situation.
Now Wilson to throw again. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I can be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Mike is 15. Gotta go. In and out. Let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson, rolling to his right. And that's off the mark, incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
He's coming. He's coming. We got top one. Come on, back.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
15. Chopper. Hey, 43, 15.
Working from the gun, Mahomes toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
These two teams all tied after one. Texans football to start quarter two. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He is going to find Hill here. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 38, Mahomes. And an acrobatic catch there by Watkins. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Williams. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Oh, look at this play call. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his first career NFL touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Butker on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And it's third down.
380.
Check. You know it.
14.
Check.
Hey, switch gears.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Mike 5'9". Nice, sweetheart. Check nickel.
Here's Wilson throwing on third and long. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities. For big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw it one deep.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Hey, 4-1's Mike, 4-1's Mike. Exit. I'm here all day.
Now on second and 16, Mahomes. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll come out in the pistol. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, as time expires in the first half, as they have taken the lead. Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own, or maybe the analytics coach got involved? And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in, and they're on the final play of the first half. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. He goes 105 yards on the kick return. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Point after, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And the Texans first
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Finding fouls complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street.
Again, the first man through, Gillespie, the fullback. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. It's caught on the right side. Williams. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the toss, here's Williams. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Open man, the tight end falls. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Wilson being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, Wilson is complete to Lockett. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Again, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with it.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason.